The impossible finally happened. Damian Lillard has finally requested a trade. We've been talking about this for a year, maybe even longer theoretically. He swore he'd never do it, but Damian Lillard is leaving the Trailblazers. How do y'all feel?
About Dame time.
Ha! That was lame.
I didn't get that one off. I'm actually ashamed of myself. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this doesn't feel real. This doesn't feel real whatsoever.
Yeah, it definitely felt like something that like we talked about so much. It was shot down so many times. We came up here on the pod multiple times and said, we're not talking about this until he does it. So now that he actually did do it, it doesn't even really hit me that he's going to be on a new team.
I mean, is he going to be on a new team at the start of the season?
I would think so.
Do you think so? I don't know. I feel like there's been a lot of talk from people saying that like the Blazers, they really don't have any incentive to trade him to Miami. The Heat's package hasn't been like too interesting, this and that. And so like if you want to wait for a better deal, then maybe you can go get that.
That would be so embarrassing if they did not do that. I definitely think that the entire thing is going to be dragged the fuck out. Because like why would they need to rush into anything if you don't listen to the greatest player of your organization's history and do him kind of dirty? Everybody else is going to look at your organization really questionably.
Yeah, I see people talk about that a lot. I think it goes both ways where on one hand, yes, you want to do that, but I think it's more just like a fandom thing where you want people to have that good relationship to Dame and stuff, and like you don't want it to be known as a fan base that did him dirty. I think I saw somebody make the comparison. I forgot who it was, but it was like when X player got traded last time, they sent him his preferred destination. Did free agents flock to that team? No. They're still Portland, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I see why their position is we're taking the best deal possible. Honestly, I think it's posturing both ways. I think it's Dame posturing now, only play for the Heat, but for a guy who's so morally stand down as he is, he's not going to sit out for what team he gets traded for. And for the Trailblazers, they're going to trade him to the Heat. They just got to act like that so they can get the best haul possible.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
It's going to have to come from a 3-team deal. Like that's what it's going to be. They're not taking Tyler Hero straight up. You know, as with him being like the best player in the package, then you only have like a couple straight up picks. For Portland's sake, they better be unprotected. They better be unprotected. If you are talking about Miami Heat first round draft picks, they are 100% going to be like a very solid team as long as they have Dame. Make sure that in the event that everything flames out, that they don't have any protections and you like fully have control of everything, or else you're just putting yourself in a bad situation again.
Yeah, I don't think we've talked about it, but I don't think we haven't straight up said, for the people who don't know, Damian Lillard has said that he only wants to play for the Miami Heat. Yeah. He's said that among other teams, but he's made it pretty clear he wants to be a member of the Heat. So if we operate on the assumption that's going to get done one way or another, how is that going to make you view the Heat next year?
Championship or bust, and probably title favorites.
They got to be, right?
Yeah, it's either going to be them or Boston, in my opinion.
Yeah,
you're putting those two teams above Denver.
Potentially, yeah. I think the odds might look at them that way.
Yeah, no, I don't put them above Denver because I think they're just too much of a well-oiled machine. But I will say this definitely puts them like they're easily one of the 3 best teams. It should be one of the 3 best teams in the NBA. I'm not going to sit here and fight to death which order you want to put them in, but this easily makes them one of the 2 best teams in the Eastern Conference. Like they have little to no gaps. Bam Adebayo finally does not have to be the second option. That's not what he is. Sometimes he can do that, but that's like if he's your second option, you're not a very stout playoff team.
I mean, they were in the finals, but I see what you mean. Yeah. It's not a recipe for consistent high-level offense to have him be your secondary creator. So getting another guy in there next to Jimmy kind of fixes that. I think if this happens, they're going to be fucking incredible. I can't think of a better fitting high-level and high-floor trio than Dame, Jimmy, Bam. Like you have the on-ball perimeter creator, the secondary creator who's just incredible inside out, then one of the best defensive bigs in the world. That's a dream come true for any fan, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. If you operate on the assumption that Miami is just going to continue doing what they do, which is just finding guys at 24-hour fitness, LA Fitness, and getting them to play at, an all-star level, they're going to be just fine. Like they operate so well around the margins. And so they're going to be able to pick up anybody and get 20 to 25 minutes out of them and get them in the rotation. So yeah, if that's your big 3, especially if it's Dame and Jimmy, I trust both of them in big moments to take and make big shots. Like the Heat have gone to the finals twice in the last 4 years, and haven't really, like you guys said, Bam has been the secondary creator for them, and that's not exactly what you want. If you have Dame, who's coming off his best offensive season ever, like, you are set to go to another level that they probably haven't been to since LeBron and D-Wade. So I love it.
Yeah, I hope it happens. I'll start with you, Mo. We're talking about like if and when the Heat get them, but they might not. Like maybe the Blazers are really bad at it and they're really going to take the best deal possible, and it's going to be a Kawhi to the Raptors situation. If that is to be the case, what team do you want to see get into the sweepstakes?
Team that I thought about and that I heard from, I was watching the Low Post podcast. I think his co-host or him, one of them mentioned the Toronto Raptors, and that's super interesting. I don't think they'll win anything for real, but it's an interesting team and it's an interesting fit. And in terms of just like big long wings next to someone like Damian Lillard, explosive point guard who can shoot from anywhere. I'd love seeing that type of basketball being played for 82 games. So
yeah, what would that deal look like? Who would they have to give up to get him?
It'll have to be Scotty Barnes. It starts with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you keep OG. Well, maybe you keep Pascal. Fred's gone, so he replaces him. Can you keep OG, or would it be Scotty, OG plus picks?
No, there's no way you can give up both. If you absolutely not.
Okay, I mean it's Dame, so like there is a way, but it's how much leverage they have. I guess that if the Blazers had like maximum leverage, they could. Dame's worth both. I think. Actually, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe that is a little bit overpay. I can't tell.
Dame just got into his 30s. He's going to be making $60 million in 4 years.
He's kind of old. He's like 32.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I'm not trading Scotty Barnes and OG Anunoby plus picks on top of that. Get out of here.
Another team that I really wanted to see it happen the second that this rumor got posted.
You're going to say who I'm thinking of. I know who you're going to say.
The New Orleans Pelicans. They have a boatload of picks, and this is the time to use it. Like, there's no time to waste for real. Of course, why would you trade all these picks and maybe Brandon Ingram if he's being recruited for this deal? Bro, this is a once-in-a-lifetime type of opportunity. If you have so much assets, this is the time to use it, and I think you have to roll the dice.
I agree 100%. That's the team I was thinking about. The only problem is, are you going to pair Dame back up with CJ McCollum?
Oh, my gosh.
Are we doing this again?
That's so
nasty
awkward.
Work.
But if they can keep Ingram somehow and send McCollum out and get assets for him and route those assets over to the Trailblazers, maybe I imagine the Blazers, if they're going to entertain the Pelicans, would demand either Ingram or Zion. But if there's a way to flip McCollum for young assets and make it work, Dame, Ingram, Zion is fucking sensational.
That right. I love that fit. I don't want to say I love that fit more than what the Miami Heat have to offer, but this is straight up pure basketball, bro. I love that. How
do you defend a Dame Zion pick and roll? Pray?
Your best hope to do that is have a bunch of OnlyFans models on the sidelines and stands to confuse Zion Williamson.
There you go.
But other than that, you might be done.
Yeah, you either need a Mariah Mills or Heavenly Intervention. One of the two.
Yeah, man.
Nah, it's about to get nasty on this pod. We got to change topics. That's crazy. Somebody's about to get in their bag.
Look at the picture Nikhil just pulled up.
That's disgusting.
Every
That's
picture
disgusting.
of Zion Williamson smiling, I will never look at him ever the same, bro. Freakazoid. That's all I think about. It's just so menacing.
How do y'all feel about the Celtics potentially getting involved? A lot of people like to a lot of people like to throw out a potential Jaylen Brown for Damian Lillard.
Great transition.
Do you like a potential Jaylen for Dame swap for either team?
Love it.
Dude.
Love it for who?
I love it more for the Celtics more than the Blazers because they kind of have a backlog, obviously, when it comes to guards and stuff like that. But I think I wouldn't be as ecstatic, but I think you'll be okay with it as a Portland Trail Blazers fan if you had JB. But on to the more exciting conversation. Dame, Tatum, and Porzingis is
pretty nasty.
Beautiful basketball.
That's nice. That's nice.
You got Rob, and you got Derek White still. Malcolm Brogdon, if he's healthy ever, that's a team.
That's a nice setup. I don't know if I love it for Portland.
Yeah, you want to pay Jaylen Brown $300 million and you're starting a rebuild?
Yeah, that's the timeline just doesn't work for them. I mean, listen, if they do that move, and they potentially like move out Simons, and then they go full Sharp, Scoot, and Jaylen Brown, I'd be interested in that. I think that Portland has a very big backlog at guard as well, and they need to make some decisions. And so if you go and you bring Jaylen in, who could play 2, play 3, whatever, right? You're gonna have to also make some room for him to just so that you have like the even spacing of rebuild and then Jaylen who's winning now.
Yeah, bro.
Win now.
Scoot, Sharp, Jaylen, Jeremy Grant, Nurkic.
That's
Low-key,
a nice
not
team.
a bad team. Low-key, not bad.
Listen, that's a nice 39 wins right there. That's what that is.
They're going to get it anyways.
Yeah. It's not good. It's not a good team, but as far as starting a rebuild around your backcourt, it's... So a lot of times people, their way they're viewing rebuilds is like be ass for 3 or 4 years, get like a few top really high picks. If they're just like, listen, we got 2 top picks that we think are going to be guys, and we want them to be competent at an early age and learn how to win like the Celtics did with Jaylen and Tatum, they could do that with Jaylen and Grant being the guys to help keep them good.
I love that because Jaylen's not a type of player to steal a lot of opportunities from someone like Scoot Henderson. He's like the main focus of their entire rebuild. Shaedon Sharp, like obviously if he pans out, it would be great, but if not, like it's not the end of the world. So
well, I don't know. I don't know about that. Right? We don't think of Jaylen Brown in that way because he's been playing next to Tatum this whole time. You give Jaylen Brown $50 million a year and give him his own team. He's taking 25 shots a night. that's what he's doing.
And listen, Jeremy Grant is back to being the guy now. If Lillard's gone, he's the one shots too.
That's so gross. That's so gross. Jeremy Grant plays the most mechanical brand of basketball ever. The bag is so boxy. Yeah, it's disgusting.
All right, man. Yeah, we're going to have a lot to talk about with Dame in the coming weeks.